Hello YouTube, Chris here, and this is a video response to TogetherForPeace and his video DprJones and his reality. Okay Jack, you start off your video talking about language, how it's a human construct and humans have evolved over millions of years, and so language is just made up. There is no higher meaning to any of the words we use. And so you ask, what is reality, and what does reality mean, and what does it mean to be disconnected from reality? The fact is, language works. If we were not able to convey ideas to other people through the use of language, our society would not exist. You know, we've got YouTube here, and people come onto YouTube all the time to argue over reality. They're not arguing over the meaning of the word. They understand the idea, the concept. They understand that reality is what actually exists. They argue over what does exist, but they're not arguing over the meaning of the word. So if you're going to discount language, we might as well move back to the Stone Age. Now, DprJones does make some unstated assumptions in his video. He doesn't state it, but he says that, but he's building the case that religious people and atheists make statements about reality. And once again, unstated, but he's making the case that truth matters to religious people and atheists. Now, Kurt Vonnegut wrote about, he made up this religion of Bokononism. And one of the quotes from the book of Bokonon is, "I wanted all things to seem to make sense, so we could be happy, yes, instead of tense. And I made up lies so they all fit nice, and I made this sad world a paradise." There's no point in arguing about the reality of Bokononism. It flat out states that it's just a bunch of lies. They're lies that make you happy, but it's a bunch of lies. So there's no point in arguing whether it reflects reality. Now, Christians, Muslims, Buddhists, Hindus, atheists, we're all making statements about reality and making the point that reality is important. So arguing over the reality does actually matter. And that's where the courts come in. You see, courts have been set up to find reality. In our society, people do bad things. They do things that hurt other people. They steal, they rape, they murder, they pillage, and so on. Now, everyone in society has a self-interest in making sure that criminals do not get away, because those criminals could come back and hurt each and every person. Also, each person in society has the self-interest in not being arrested, but more particularly in not being wrongfully arrested. And so this collective self-interest has come together to set up the court system in such a way that it punishes the bad guys without harming the good guys. And over time, it's been improved. I mean, it's not perfect. Sometimes an innocent person is sent to jail, and sometimes a guilty person is set free. But by and large, it is an accurate system for finding the reality of who has committed a crime and determining who should be punished. And this is a system that has been used by Christians and non-Christians alike. We've all come together and agreed on this system as being an effective and just way to deal with crime. It is we've agreed that it's an effective way to find reality. So when DprJones uses the court system as an analogy, he's not setting up a framework to say that God doesn't exist. What he's doing is using an already existing framework that's shown itself to be useful at finding reality and applying it to the question of if God exists or not. And what he's saying is the evidence that has been put forward for the existence of God would not stand up in the court of law. Once again, the court of law being accepted by Christians and non-Christians alike as a way to determine reality. So what differentiates DprJones from the religious fundamentalists is that he's using an objective standard to test the reality of claims that people are saying reflect reality. So there you go. Thanks for watching.